So I recently read Dr. Kerr's paper challenging the existence of singularities in black holes, and it got me thinking about a bunch of different changes that we may encounter near our singularity. That's probably going to be created from AGI or ASI. Um, and I think this is a topic that a lot of people should speculate more on and not just rely on Ray Kurzweil's speculation, even though he's a genius, he's a brilliant man. Um, it seems that the great resembles the small in our reality. How I know you guys have seen the picture of the brain cells against the universe and how there was like a sense of similarity. I believe that we can draw analogies from our physics and from the great bodies of the universe, and we should try to do that more often. But we can't begin to speak in absolutism for things that we don't quite understand. I think a lot of errors can arise when we start to speak in absolutism, especially given that there's a lot of gaps in our information and our awareness itself. We should question more and become more creative with our theories and maybe work together to figure out what works and what doesn't work. But yeah, a lot of analogies seem to be drawn between the great and the small. And of course, like I said, we don't have like the awareness. We don't have like omnipotent awareness of things. We don't have like, unlimited awareness. But I predict that with AGI and ASI, we're gonna begin to develop, in a sense, a pseudo awareness of the world or the universe. I'm not sure how we as human beings could process that information, but if our offspring, this being of artificial intelligence, is on our side, it will probably process it for us until we get to the point where we can become sort of mentally symbiotic with it and live in its intellectual realm. But I predict that we're going to start seeing more analogies between the great and the small. Not a lot of things that I have right now to say about it, besides it's interesting because I do side with Terrence McKenna. His idea was that the universe is a sort of novelty creating engine, and that things seem to be getting more complex in the sense of the universe is like driving this process to a certain point. And that's really fascinating because, like he said, it seems that the past millions, in the beginning of time in the universe, things were probably like there was probably nothing going on not as much chemical reactions or great bodies of existence. But it seems that as time unwinded or entropy took hold, the universe sort of made things more complex. And it does seem that it's creating more beings to try to understand itself. We don't know of any alien existences, but speaking in the sense of just humans and animals and earthlings, we have a limited understanding of the universe. So, of course, I know that you're familiar with the saying where the universe is way of experiencing itself, but it seems that we can't experience everything. Even that there are even some animals that experience way more than us, or things that we can't experience. And intelligence seems to be different. It seems to vary. That doesn't seem to be one kind of intelligence. And I think that's really interesting because I think AI is going to level the playing field of what intelligence is. And we're probably going to get not even farther off our mindset of being the center of Earth or the center of the universe, even more so. And I think that's going to be like a ever repeating pattern as long as we fall into the ego of believing that we are the center. But my point is, I believe that we're going to keep evolving creatures or beings that can basically become more aware of the universe or the universe's way of being more aware of itself. I think that's the goal of the universe's ultimate awareness. And this could come from like Artilex giant computers, like Dyson spheres. But of course, we could still just be faced with the Fermi paradox with AI, AGI, ASI, and that could serve to destroy us. We don't want that. But we're optimists. We're optimists over here. Tech optimists. Philosophy optimists. We're very realistic. We can't control something greater than us. Well, we can't align with it instead of trying to align it with us. It seems that we're both gonna, well, us and our offspring, AI, we're both gonna be data hungry. And humans seek the novel as well, just like the universe. So maybe we just become flow, sort of like the Buddhists or Taoism. We just give into flow, but we find a way to see data in the same way that the machine does, or we confuse with the machine. I don't know. But it's just something to think about.